For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Illinois seek recognition?
I'd like to speak in favor of the amendment.
Okay, the clerk will designate the amendment.
Amendment number 41, printed in House Report number 112-88, offered by Ms. Schakowsky of Illinois.
Pursuant to House Resolution 276, the gentlewoman from Illinois, Ms. Schakowsky, and a member opposed will each control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from Illinois.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield myself as much time as I may consume. For those who are interested in fiscal responsibility, this amendment would freeze Department of Defense spending until the Pentagon is able to pass an audit. This freeze could be waived by the President if it would harm our national security, and my amendment excludes spending for wounded warriors and defense personnel accounts as well as for overseas contingency operations. Though defense spending currently accounts for over 20% of our federal budget, DoD remains one of the few federal agencies unable to pass an independent audit. This leaves the Pentagon vulnerable to serious waste and fraud. A recent GAO review of selected major weapon systems found that $70 billion had been lost through waste, mainly due to, quote, poor management and execution problems, unquote. Tens of billions of more have been paid to fraudulent contractors. I remember back in 2002, then Secretary of Defense Rumsfeld admitted that he could not account for $2.3 trillion in Pentagon expenditures. For over 2 decades, the Pentagon has been under obligation to face an audit, and currently it must be auditable by September 2017, but recent status reports have raised serious concerns that this goal will not be met. Waste and fraud in the Pentagon have serious consequences, both for our fiscal stability and our national security. My amendment provides a real incentive for the Pentagon finally to pass an audit. It is irresponsible to continue what Secretary Gates has called the gusher of defense spending without ensuring that we know where taxpayer dollars are going. I believe this is a common sense idea. It is also a bipartisan one. My amendment is very similar to a proposal that Senator Coburn made to the National Commission on Fiscal Responsibility and Reform, on which I also served last year. It is a constitutional requirement that, quote, a regular statement and account of the receipts and expenditures of all public money shall be published from time to time, unquote. Well, these are very difficult financial times, and we're faced with difficult choices and the prospect of cutting critical government programs, and this accounting of funds has become more important than ever, including the Pentagon. And now I would like to yield 1 minute, my remaining time, to the gentlewoman from California, Barbara Lee.